Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
Today on Earth Focus, simple solutions to meet global food needs from Africa. A look at the State of the World 2011 report, Innovations that Nourish the Planet. Coming up on Earth Focus. She's a former Peace Corps volunteer and an expert on livestock and sustainable agriculture. Danielle Nierenberg recently traveled to 25 countries in Sub-Saharan Africa to find out what really works in helping meet the food needs of the world's poor. Her insights are part of the 2011 State of the World report produced by the Washington, D.C.-based Worldwatch Institute. The report aims to help donors identify the best investments to make in small farmer agriculture.
We really went to the continent with very little hope in our hearts. We were surprised by what we saw, but we expected to be very depressed and saddened. And what instead we were really invigorated and inspired by all the amazing innovations we saw on the ground. One of the things that we observed on the ground is that a lot of food is wasted before it ever reaches market. Experts estimate that about 40% of food worldwide is wasted before farmers ever get to sell it. And so what we saw in places like Malawi and Niger is that farmers are working with researchers at Purdue University to develop these triple-layered, hermetically sealed bags. And see, these are large plastic bags that the farmers can store their cowpeas in, prevent them from getting attacked by mold or pests or whatever else attacks cowpeas, and it gives them a longer shelf life so that they can make sure that they're earning the income that they should from it.
When you think of farming, you might not be thinking cities, but 1 out of 3 Africans already lives in urban areas. By mid-century, 60% will. So how do you help prevent food shortages for the urban poor? In Kibera, the largest slum in Nairobi, Kenya, some women have an answer.
We saw women who have organized themselves into what they call self-help groups. And these self-help groups have developed this really innovative way of farming in what they call vertical gardens. They're filling tall rice sacks and tall corn sacks with soil, poking holes around the perimeter of them and planting seeds for kale and spinach and tomatoes and other food. And so they're able to consume a lot of this produce, and they're able to sell part of what they grow. And so these sacks really turned out to be a crucial source of food security during the riots that occurred in Nairobi in 2007 and 2008.
70% of the work that's done and the produce that's done in Africa is by women farmers, rural women farmers.
They may be the farmers, but it's the men who control the seed, fertilizer, credit, and technology. Women's voices are rarely heard in business and policy making, but that may be changing in Malawi and Mozambique.
What we're doing is we're using a theater as a way of engaging these women farmers, as a way of getting them involved and getting them to open up about the challenges that they're facing. We want the women farmers to actually say what their challenges are, and for them to be able to also be part of the process that then tries to address the challenges.
And it's making a difference. In Malawi, women are now working together to identify ways to close the distance to markets and to develop markets closer to home. For young people in Uganda, agriculture is sometimes a last resort, a punishment. It's what you might do if you don't do well in school.
Young people, they are all moving to the town to look for other kind of jobs like in transportation and even professional jobs. Most of the agriculture in Africa is done to find a livelihood for the survival of the people. And then if we leave agriculture go away, we are risking our livelihoods in Africa.
Eddie Mukiibi started Project DISC in 2006 to excite school children about growing and preparing their own food. The School Garden Project is already changing attitudes toward agriculture and nurturing a new generation of farmers.
Banana. Watermelon.
This one, she's so much interested in the watermelons.
Oh, nice.
And this one is so much interested in the bananas, those bananas around. We started with 3 schools in 2006. It rose to 9 schools in 2008. Currently, we are working with 17 schools where 13 school gardens have been created and managed by the students and the teachers and the parents. And it covers now 620 students who have piqued interest and passion for farming and eating the produce they grow.
The State of the World report says to meet food production and security needs of the world's most vulnerable people, we need to shift resources to rural areas. We need to invest in small farmers and in the simple technologies that can help them do their job even more effectively. When it comes to technology, there is one in particular that African farmers have taken to.
Everywhere I went in Sub-Saharan Africa, nearly every farmer had a cell phone or was sharing a cell phone with another farmer or member of their family. And these farmers are using their cell phones not just to communicate with one another, but to find out information about weather or markets, or to use these phones to make banking and financial transactions that they weren't able to before. Farmers are learning from one another and sharing the innovations that they're doing on the ground, and that's the teach the man to fish sort of proverb really holds true when you see those things firsthand.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.